Hi everybody, I am coming on here for a quick little video to talk about a hack that I came up with. It's a simple, cheap, quick little hack that you can do to keep yourself cool on these very hot days that we're having. If you saw my last vlog, then you know I got myself back out there walking again. I let a long period of time go with no walking, and I need it for my physical and mental health. So of course I chose the hottest time of our year so far to get out there and walk, with just hot temperatures, humidity just off the charts, and of course getting very hot. And I walk up hills, very steep hills, and my average walk is anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 15 depending on which route I'm going to take. And so today for my walk, I mean, when I first got up this morning and early and I let my dogs out, I could already feel that humidity just hitting me in the face. And it was 7 o'clock. And I thought, wow, it's going to be a hot one. Maybe I shouldn't walk. But I am one of these people, when I have a thing that I start, I have to really be consistent with it. Because if I just start taking days off, I sort of lose my focus and my drive. And it's very easy for me to just stop. And I didn't want this weather to, force me into that. So here's what I did. I took a t-shirt. Everybody has a t-shirt. If you have a white one, all the better, because white, obviously, if you are in the sun, of course, it's going to reflect light and be a little cooler. But any t-shirt will work. A large, average large t-shirt is best. Well, I stole one of Jake's white t-shirts. Actually, I didn't steal it. I bought these for him. But I bought the wrong size, and I just automatically assumed they'd fit, so I washed them and gave them to him, and then he said he's not going to wear them. They're too big. So anyway, I took them thinking, okay, I'll just wear them around the farm. But I took one of these, and you cut off at the bottom, about that much off the bottom, straight across. And then all you got to do is take ice cubes and lay them in a row. I rolled that up. And then, I don't know if you've seen lately, but I bought a pack of these, ponytail holders that I got at a drugstore. I might even bought them in the drugstore section of the supermarket, for all I remember. But they're like tights material. So they're really lightweight. They're stretchy. But you don't even have to buy those. You can literally, if you have like black tights, you can use those. So I do have a pair of old black tights that I'm not wearing, so I just cut them, and they're bigger, but they're just as stretchy, and they're basically the same material. So again, if you have a pair of those laying around, that's not going to cost you anything either. So you cut those in, strips about that wide. And then once you roll up the ice, just tie off the end and then keep going down, spacing them out every little bit to keep the ice sort of in place so it doesn't all bunch up or start to unravel. And then wrap it around your neck and use one of these to tie it there. And I'm telling you, today my walk was 45 minutes. I went up, I wanted to stay in the shade, so I went up the steep hill on the one side, went down halfway of the steep part in the shade, and then back up again and over. And it took me 45 minutes. And it was only at the very last part of the walk that I could feel, okay, the ice is gone now. But by that point, it was still wet, very wet, just dripping wet and cold. And I was never uncomfortable. In fact, I met a lady on the trail, a little bit older than me, but she was coming up the other side as I was starting to go down, and I couldn't help it. I just said, hey, and I told her about this, and she was like, you should sell those. Anyway, I think she's probably going to go home and do it. It works, folks. Nice and cool. I'm telling you, it works like a charm. They sell all these gimmicky things, that you can put around your neck, and I was given one, and it didn't really work that well for me. So try this. And Rose, you all know Rose. Rose is an athlete. She's out all the time running, playing tennis. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's going to work. Well, this thing's worked like a charm, I'm telling you. The ice is finally melted. I've been walking probably 40 minutes. But it's soaking wet and it's still cool. And as you know, water evaporating is what also cools you. So this was just one ice cube in a row. not even that big. So, I mean, I could easily double up the ice and have it last twice as long. So, and now, if you're going to be out there even for a longer period of time, what I've done is I'm just now freezing a mini muffin pan so that I'm going to make big ice cubes. I'm going to try that next. It works, folks.